What if the world's most fascinating places weren't in guidebooks? What if the places that truly defy imagination were hidden, untouched, forgotten, and waiting to be discovered? Today we venture into the unknown, into the villages that rewrite everything you thought you knew about travel. These are not the places you find on a tourist map. No, these are the places that feel like they're from another world entirely. Remote, surreal, breathtaking. From mystical mountain towns, carved into the very bones of the earth, to tiny island villages living inside an active volcano, these 10 hidden gems will challenge your perception of what's possible, what's real, and what's worth exploring. So buckle up and get ready to explore the unseen wonders of our world, the places that have remained shrouded in mystery until now. Far out in the Philippine Sea, hundreds of kilometers from the hustle of Tokyo, lies a place so remote, most Japanese citizens have never even heard of it. This is Aogashima, an inhabited island inside an active volcano. Just 160 people live here, cradled within a volcanic bowl, surrounded on all sides by jagged cliffs and endless ocean. There are no cars coming in, no highways connecting it to the mainland. You can only reach Aogashima by boat, or, when the weather allows, by helicopter. The sea around it is famously turbulent, and if a storm rolls in, you're stranded. Yet life here persists. The island's volcanic energy, once feared, is now embraced. Geothermal vents heat homes, power saunas, and even cook food. In Aogashima, the earth breathes beneath your feet. Living here isn't just about surviving the elements. It's about harmony with nature, with solitude, and with a place where time seems to have folded in on itself. Aogashima is more than just a village. It's a paradox, a sanctuary forged by fire, a fragile home balanced on the edge of eruption. And yet, the people stay, generation after generation, choosing to live not beside danger, but inside it. High above the plains of Thessaly, where the earth seems to have erupted skyward, lies a place that defies belief. Welcome to Meteora, a name that means suspended in the air. And here it's not just poetic, it's literal. Perched atop colossal rock pillars, the monasteries of Meteora have stood for centuries, defying gravity, isolation, and time itself. Built by monks seeking refuge from worldly chaos, these sanctuaries are more than architecture. They are acts of devotion carved into the heavens. Before roads and modern paths, the only way up was by rope ladders and hand-crank nets suspended hundreds of feet in the air. Imagine dangling above the abyss, clinging to your faith with every creaking pulley. In a world obsessed with accessibility and convenience, Meteora whispers the opposite, offering spiritual elevation through physical isolation. Time moves differently here. The silence echoes louder. Today, only a few of the original 24 monasteries remain active, but the village below, Kastraki, still breathes quietly in the shadow of these giants. Life here moves at the pace of the mountains. It's not just a destination, it's a meditation. A place where the divine isn't found in towering cathedrals, but in the raw, unfiltered verticality of nature itself. And as the sun sets over Meteora, it becomes clear. This isn't just a village in the sky. It's a place where the earth itself seems to reach upward, to touch the heavens. Tucked away in the volcanic foothills of northwestern Iran lies a village so ancient it looks like it was carved by giants, or left behind by another civilization entirely. This is Candovan, a village where the homes aren't built on the land, they are the land. Hollowed from volcanic rock over 700 years ago, these cave dwellings have been passed down through generations, hand-chiseled, lived in, loved. Locals call these homes Quran, and they're not just relics of the past. People still live here, raising families, baking bread, and continuing traditions in homes that naturally insulate against Iran's harsh summers and freezing winters. Thanks to the porous volcanic stone, these homes stay cool in scorching heat and warm when snow blankets the mountains. It's organic architecture, perfected centuries before the term even existed. But Candovan is more than just a marvel of geology or architecture. It's a living, breathing time capsule, a rare window into how humans once adapted to the earth instead of reshaping it. In Candovan, the line between nature and home disappears, and what remains is timeless. In a world obsessed with speed and noise, there exists a village where time slows down, where roads don't roar with engines because there are no roads at all. Welcome to Giethoorn, the Venice of the North. But unlike Venice, there are no crowds here. No traffic, no rush, only water, wind, and whispers. This Dutch village, founded in the 13th century, was built on peat bogs. So as the villagers dug out the land, canals were born. Over centuries, instead of paving roads, they leaned into the water. Today, the only way to move through Giethoorn is by boat, bicycle, or on foot. And here's the twist. Boats here run on near-silent electric motors, earning the nickname whisper boats. It's not just peaceful, it's eerily serene. In Giethoorn, the loudest sounds are birdsong and the gentle splash of water against a hull. It's not just a village, it's an escape, a place where stillness becomes the soundtrack of life. Some places you visit, others you drift through. Giethoorn invites you to let go and float. Tucked between ancient glaciers and deep Nordic fjords lies a village that feels like a portal to another time or another story. Welcome to Fjaerland, Norway's most enchanting secret, where the mountains breathe ice and the houses whisper poetry. Here in this tiny village of just a few hundred people, literature has replaced industry. What was once a quiet glacial outpost is now known as the book town of Norway. Every corner, every alley, every creaking doorway holds a story. But Fjaerland is more than just a fairy tale for readers. Just beyond the stacks of novels and history texts looms one of Europe's last great wild frontiers, the Jostedalsbreen Glacier, the largest glacier on the continent. This icy titan has carved the land for thousands of years, and the village, like its books, has learned to preserve stories, those written in ink and those etched in ice. Fjaerland reminds us that adventure isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, frozen in time, waiting between the pages. Would you visit a place where stories and nature live side by side? In Fjaerland, they always have. Rising like a mirage from the heart of Yemen's desert stands a city of sand, Shibam. But this isn't just a village, it's a vertical wonder, a walled metropolis where time stands still and where every tower tells a story baked by the sun. Nicknamed the Manhattan of the desert, Shibam is home to some of the world's earliest skyscrapers. These buildings, some reaching up to 100 feet tall, are made entirely from mud and straw. For over 500 years, the people of Shibam have preserved this architectural marvel through ritual and routine. Every year, they replaster their homes with fresh mud, a tradition as essential as breathing, protecting these structures from rain and erosion. Surrounded by a hostile landscape and political unrest, Shibam has remained isolated and largely untouched. Yet within its walls lies a sense of order, community, and resilience unlike anywhere else. In a world racing toward glass and steel, Shibam reminds us that greatness doesn't always rise from concrete. Sometimes it's born from earth. Perched on a steep hillside in southern Italy lies a village that time refused to reclaim, but people did. This is Krakow, a once thriving medieval settlement, now completely deserted, a ghost town, suspended in a haunting kind of silence. It wasn't war or fire or plague that emptied this village. It was the land itself. A series of devastating landslides in the 20th century forced every last resident to flee, leaving their homes, churches, and memories behind. Today, Krakow is a place frozen in time. You can still see family names etched in stone, still walk streets that echo with the ghosts of a vanished community. It's no wonder filmmakers from around the world have come here. It's like stepping into a forgotten chapter of an ancient story. This isn't just a ruin, it's a monument to fragility, to how even the strongest walls can crumble when the ground beneath them shifts. Krakow is empty, but it speaks volumes. A reminder that nature always has the final word, and that beauty can still echo long after life has moved on. Tucked between a glassy lake and towering alpine cliffs lies a village so picturesque. It feels like it was drawn from the pages of a fantasy novel. This is Hallstatt, Austria, a village that looks too perfect to be real. And yet, it's been here for over 7,000 years. Its beauty not imagined, but earned through time, tradition, and timeless scenery. Here, time doesn't just slow down. It feels like it stops. The air is crisp, the silence poetic. You don't just visit Hallstatt, you slip into it like a dream you never want to wake from. Built on salt, this village was once one of the richest in Europe. Today, its wealth lies not in minerals, but in magic. Hallstatt's beauty has sparked global obsession. So much so, a full-scale replica was built in China. But nothing compares to the real thing. This isn't a postcard, it's not a painting. It's Hallstatt, the village that proves fairy tales can be real. Tucked away in the Alsace region of northeastern France lies a village so enchanting, it feels like it was sketched by a dreamer and painted by a poet. This is Colmar, a living fairy tale where every corner looks like a scene from an animated classic. And that's no coincidence. It's widely believed that Colmar was one of the inspirations behind Disney's Beauty and the Beast. And when you walk these streets, you'll understand why. Colmar's magic lies not in grandeur, but in its details. The medieval architecture preserved with reverence, the canals that snake through its heart like whispered stories, and the colors that seem to shift with the light, creating a new painting with every hour. In a world rushing forward, Colmar stands still, a timeless window into an older, quieter kind of beauty. Here, reality feels softer, slower, and just a little more magical. And whether it's summer's golden glow or winter's snowy hush, Colmar doesn't just invite you to visit, it dares you to believe in fairy tales again. At the edge of the map, where the sea freezes solid and daylight disappears for months, there exists a village few have even heard of, and even fewer have seen. This is Giethoorn, a name as mysterious as the land it inhabits. Tucked away in the northeastern reaches of Greenland, it's one of the most isolated settlements on Earth. There are no roads leading here, no highways to connect it to the rest of the world. For most of the year, the surrounding seas are locked in ice. The only way in or out is by boat during a narrow summer window, or by helicopter, weather permitting. Life here is a test of resilience. Subsistence hunting of seals, narwhals, and polar bears isn't tradition, it's survival. Every day, nature reminds them who's in charge. But for all its isolation, Giethoorn is breathtaking. It's raw, untamed, and absolutely real. In this frozen silence, the world feels ancient and somehow more honest. Giethoorn isn't just remote. It's a final frontier, a reminder that wonder still exists in the coldest, loneliest corners of our world. You've just witnessed a journey across the hidden edges of our world. Villages untouched by time, shaped by nature, myth, and survival. These aren't just places on a map. They are living stories, breathing reminders that wonder still exists, far from the crowds and outside the noise. In a world that feels increasingly familiar, these villages prove that the unknown is still out there, waiting to be felt, seen, remembered. But now the question is yours. Which village would you visit? Which one left you speechless, or maybe a little obsessed? Let us know in the comments. What shocked you most? What place just got added to your bucket list? And if you love uncovering the world's hidden wonders, subscribe, like, and join us, because this planet still holds secrets, and we're just getting started.